Eddie here. I'm your host from Go With The Flow. As many of you heard me on Spotify, I'm now moving on to YouTube. Um, for the longest, I've always wanted to record my podcast. But if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I feel like the reason I didn't start is because I don't have all the material, you know? You see these podcasts, they have big studios, they have big backgrounds, they have the microphones, they have the camera lights action. E- and I won't lie, I did feel a little bit discouraged to even begin something like this. Um, but later on, specific people that are around my circle, and specifically my mom. My mom, I talked to her about my dreams. I talked to her about everything, even this, what I'm doing. And I told her, like, Mom, um, like, I don't feel like I'm gonna get somewhere, or like this is gonna get something, you know? And she, she just reinforces my feelings and she validates my feelings, but at the same time, she lets me know, like, mijo, it's gonna be okay. You gotta take it day by day. If you're doing content out of your heart and your true, um, you have a good intention, then good things will come to you. And that's why I'm here today. I want to use my voice. I want to use my platform. I want to create a platform to, start building something, because I feel in this day and age, especially guys, if you guys don't know me, I live in a very small town. It's in California, and it's so small that you probably won't see it on the map. I live like 45 minutes away from Bakersfield. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that area, but yeah, um, yeah, I just been feeling really discouraged, and that's pretty much my life update right now. Besides that, like, I'm doing good in school. I'm pushing for school. Um, I am a criminal justice major, so shout out to all my criminal justice majors, and as well, I just wanted to give a shout out to people that reach out to me, day to day, and like they reinforce my feelings of what I'm doing. And honestly, I want to give a big thanks to all of you guys who watch me and listen to my podcast, because honestly, it helps me so much. Content creating is not for the weak. Y lo verdad is, like, life in general is so hard. And I know all of you guys understand that. And for that reason, that's why I wanted to start this podcast. So this one is gonna be the fifth one, I believe. So for those of you who have not seen my other podcasts, you can go ahead and check them on Spotify. I will be posting this one on Spotify as well. The only difference is that the other ones don't have video; they only have audio. Um, and this is how the cover of my podcast looks like on Spotify. So if you guys try to find it, it's right here. It's Go With The Flow. And then there's a barcode right here. I don't know if you guys want to scan it. But what you guys were all waiting for, let's dive in to the main topic. Ah, this topic, it might get some people mad. It might help some people. Well, everything I'm saying is more educational. I don't mean to offend no one if anyone gets offended. This is just simply my opinion. We are here in this episode how to be aware of good friends and bad friends. All right. So I want to just get started in like a general question. Have you guys um like actually ask yourselves like who am I surrounded by? Or do I have good friends? Do I have friends that I can rely on? Or do I have those bad friends? Well, that's a question you guys have to ask yourselves on your own time. I want to get into some qualities of what a good friend for me should have. One, a good friend should be supportive. A good friend should be loyal. They must be honest. They must respect you and your boundaries. And they must know there's a thin line between dependability. Being too dependent on someone um, leads to kind of a burden on the person you're leaning on. So you know how there's those. For instance, I'm one of those people that I'm like very good to everybody. Everybody that knows me, like they know that I'm so blunt, but I'm also very nice. But I'm blunt because you need to find like a way to let people know like you can't step all over me. And often people think like because we're setting boundaries, people think that we are being mean or we're being fake. And it's like, no. Like, I just simply don't want you to take my damn hot Cheetos? So it's just like, the boundaries, it, it's such a broad spectrum of occurrences. And we need to understand as friends, as humans, that we can't be overstepping people's boundaries. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, if it's your sister, if it's your friend, your best friend. You must respect boundaries. So that's on respect and boundaries. Respect is intertwined with boundaries. So let's get into some traits or qualities of a bad friend. I think some qualities of a bad friend is that they're always negative. They constantly criticize you. They lack support towards you. They manipulate situations or with others. That's a red flag, honestly. They're competitive, girl. If you have a friend like that, you better you better bounce. You better not. You better be like, hey, um, we're not competing here. You already know who's the one. Just kidding. Um, they're constantly gossiping. Okay, I want to get into that one. Constantly gossiping. All right, guys. No somos santos. We can all say that. We all gossip. All right. But if you have a friend que siempre te viene con chismes, and that's all she or he is talking about, bitch, what are you guys even friends for? Mejor go to like Suelta la Sopa or like, I don't know, like go on a talk show where they just say chase me and shit. Like, what do you want somebody that claims to be your friend to be telling you about um, Maria? Maria left her kids in the washer and this and that. Like, why do you want to listen to all this chisme? Like, we already have so much on our plate, and then you have freaking Doña Doña, what's her name? I forgot her name, but esta doña, la doña que siempre está hablando de otros. You don't want those people in your life. Ay, no. And we all know. So, another one is comparing. One thing for me, I hate when people compare me because it's like, yo soy solo único, yo soy uno, like I'm only one Eduardo Saldaña Jr., you know? Like, oh my God, you remind me so much of this person. Bitch, what did you say? Blocked. Not just kidding. But no, it's not that serious. I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, comparing is kind of a negative trait. when people try to compare you, it's usually because they kind of like have hatred towards that person, and they see those traits within you. Like it might be you just being, it might just be your presence, like you being yourself. And your friend that claims to be your friend gets so bothered about things like that, or like the way you talk, the way you're just expressing yourself. And le cae a la gente, like whenever they see like little bits and pieces of people they don't like, and then they try to bring them onto you, and then they're comparing you. And then in their head, this whole narrative of them, of you being like the person they hate. Like, girl, if you don't fucking like her, and then you're trying to bring all those negative traits onto me, are you really my freaking friend? Or are you just trying to see which one's better? Which one can I stay with? And it's so sad because it's such a common topic, you know? And it's honestly, you don't need negative people in your life. It's, honestly, I've been through a lot of friendships, and most of them ended bad because I'm the one that tends to give, and I'm the one that tends to bring the entertainment. And then people just see that, and they just want to sit down and watch you, like, and they're eating their popcorn like if you're a fucking TV show. But it's like, girl, I didn't sign up to be the entertainer now, you know? It's like you got to reciprocate energy. Um, because if imagine if you keep on using this one battery and you use it for different remotes, and you give it to la vecina, and then the vecina gives it to the tío, and then they're just using the battery over and over and over and over. Well, bitch, it's gonna give out sometime, you know? So it's just like, that's why we have to reciprocate. We have to be self-aware, you know? And know yourself. um, know the messed up sides of yourself, accept the bad sides of yourself, and fix them. If you really want to change, then you're gonna fix them. And accept the good and the bad. I mean, that's all there's really to it. Negative people aren't born negative. Um, they're raised probably in this environment where they weren't able to flourish, they weren't able to grow. But still, that's not an excuse, especially when you're at an age 21, 18, when you can think for yourself. You can change, you know. And it's like we often see these people throughout our lives that they're in their 30s, 40s, and they're so bitter. Y, you know, aguas fiestas y que la chingada. But you know, you see these people, and it's like, girl, it's been 40 years and you still not like change. And then you complain about not having people around you. Well, I don't know, but you gotta get therapy or something, girl. Cause pick a struggle. Like, you can't be ugly and mean at the same time. Like, damn. Anyways, last one for negative traits of a friend is the overstepping boundaries. Bitch, get back to your corner. Don't be overstepping. Like, for real. But we all know those oversteppers. I'm gonna say honestly, oh shoot. I'm gonna say honestly myself, um, I tend to be the overstepper, but not in a negative way. See, there's two sides. You can be an overstepper and be like a negative person. Like, for example, let me give you this one. Um, well, Maria. I don't know, I just like using Maria. Maria comes in and she's like, ay, hiciste tu maquillaje, se mira muy bonito. And knowing that you don't have any makeup on, and she's just kind of like lying to you in a way, and it's just like, no tengo maquillaje. And that's just kind of overstepping, you know, and kind of just being a liar. Um, Stay away from those people for sure. So if we look at all these traits, the good and the bad, we realize that the bad just comes from something not being fulfilled. Usually when people are negative with others is because they're dealing with a lot of internal issues within themselves. And unfortunately, you cannot help every person that is struggling. But what you can do is try to have a conversation. Don't always shut somebody out, just because you see a icky side of them. Ask them, what's going on? Why are you acting this way? And if they give you a respuesta like get the fuck out, then leave them alone. They're gonna drown themselves. You can't bring them on your backpack and try to take them with you when they're like um you're like trying to climb and they're like digging on a hole thinking that the answers are there. And it's just it's draining, it's draining, and we've all, been there. We've all tried to save those people and we end up getting hurt. Simple truth. Um but yeah, like it's something that we just got to take it day by day. As long as you know where you stand and you know that you're actively being self aware of what you do and what you say and how you speak to others, you're doing something incredible. That's actually so amazing that you're self aware. The fact that you know you messed up, you say sorry. If somebody bumps into you and you say sorry, no, they need to say sorry. You're not the problem. They're the ones that messed up. That's another thing. Like I spoke on my last episode, being unapologetic. Oh, it all ties in together. And I love speaking about that because, being a people pleaser, it drains you. And we need to be aware if we are being people pleasers because no one's paying us. No one's paying us, unless you're a stripper. Well, girl, make your money. But yeah, like nobody's paying you to people please. Understand that. Like if somebody's paying you, then you do your job. But if you don't got one, then how you gonna make money? But yeah, I mean, to figure out if you're a good or a bad person, you just go in a spiral. Don't question yourself. When you're a good person, you attract good energy. And people don't understand that the way you view life will become your reality. If I choose to wake up and be like, "Oh, I have to record my podcast. Oh my god, I have to do my homework. Oh my god, I have to go to work." Well, bitch, no wonder you're all amargada, you know? You gotta wake up and y da gracias a usted también, But above all, whatever you guys' religious values are, I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe in positive and negative energy. Pero hay que dar gracias a Dios because there's things that just miracles that just happen and we don't know how to explain them. There's different sequences in this life that we don't understand how and why it's happened the way it's happened. Um, so we need to be good to ourselves in order to be good to others. That's the real main message. And if right now you're dealing with something and it's causing you to be negative, what I suggest you do, something that works for me, is Isolate yourself, but don't cut yourself from the world. The moment you cut yourself and you isolate yourself in a small little circle, you start to feel different emotions, and sometimes they don't lead you to a right path. Um, for those of you who don't have a strong support system, start building it within yourself. Dude, I don't know how many like people I've seen homeless on the street, and it sucks. And I wish I could help the whole world sometimes, but it's just like, if I could get to understand maybe a homeless person's story, um, I feel like all of us, I feel like if we were able to understand people that are less unfortunate stories, I feel like the world would be kind of a better place, honestly. I feel like what we need now in this day and age, in the 21st century, but also in this Generation Z, the one I'm a part of, I feel like we need to learn a bit more compassion with each other, and a lot more understanding, and live, love, laugh. All those cliche things, to me, I take them in because they work for me. And like I tell everybody, and you know, listen and look at whatever works best for you. I can be telling you this, but you guys don't have to receive it. You guys understand me? And so, I mean, yeah, you know, the good and the bad, we all have a mixture of it. But when you're a solid, solid bad person, it's just everything around you starts to get rotten. And when you're actively trying to be self-aware, and you're trying to change, and you're trying to motivate yourself, you're inspiring yourself, that's when you attract all the good energy. You attract good opportunities, you attract good friends, you attract good people. And sometimes we don't see that because we're so blind by all the darkness that surrounds us. Um, but yeah, make sure you're aware of the good friends and bad friends. Ask if you have an unsettled feeling with one of your friends. It's okay to ask. It's not weird. It's okay to ask. Hey, I was kind of bothered by what you said the other day. I was wondering if you can like explain yourself, because honestly, I'm overthinking in my head, thinking that I'm doing something wrong, or ask them before you overthink. Overthinking leads to depression, leads to anxiety, and you don't want any of that. You do not want that. Um, but yeah, I believe that brings me to the end of this segment. If you guys love this podcast, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will leave my socials down below. And yeah, guys, I have so much in the works. I have so much that I want to do. And as long as you guys are here watching me, I will be able to do more things for you guys. And yeah, God bless everybody, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.